In 5 years, we were able to establish 700 of them. This year, by the end of the year, we got to 2,000 of them already. The intention, the program, and the money that we are getting now from the government, the increase of the budget that we had recently, will enable us in the next 3 years to get to 15,000 or 20,000. And then, at a scale that will start to pay justice to, to the scale that we need it to be done. If you're doing it in the vacuum, some things, it denounces an untrusting position of ourselves concerning what we can do. We should believe that a tree, a big oak tree, it started as a seed, as a small thing that someone planted and that the nature nurtured, I think that one of the main ingredients in a program like that, in the whole approaching digital culture by the government, is faith. It's believing that it can give fruits in the future. And it will give fruits. It won't give fruits unless we start doing it now. Imperfection is there. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm not talking about, ready things. Those are not ready things. They're not perfect things. But tentatively, we are trying, to set some examples, to set some new possibilities, to give some tools, to give access to some different ways of doing things. I have the feeling we are not working in the vacuum. Like now, for instance, the extension of the Mais Cultura, which is the extension of our different cultural programs by the ministry, it's not going to be done by the ministry itself alone anymore. It's going to be done by the whole government. The Ministry of Education, for instance, they are going to be part of the spreading process of the Pontos de Cultura and some other projects. The Justice Ministry, they are building themselves, they are installing themselves in a very initial moment, 300 Pontos de Cultura themselves. Why the Ministry of Justice? Because they have to care about violence, about crime, about, lots of things. And they know that cultural development is key, for for those societies, for those parts of the societies at risk, as we have not only in Brazil, we have in developed countries, we have in America, we have in England, we have here, we have everywhere. So we're going to work with the Education Ministry, with the Justice Ministry, with the Foreign Affairs Ministry. I mean, we are installing Pontos de Cultura out of Brazil. We have 4 of them in the United States already. We have 2 of them in France. We have some being installed here. We have 2 in Japan. Not just because of the Brazilian communities that we should assist, and we do assist, and by doing that we are assisting them, but also because of the other countries themselves, of the example that we can set, of the reference that we can give, and the work that we can do together, like in Japan, in France, in Germany, and everywhere.
Thank you. Well, There are lineups at microphones. I would ask you to be brief so that we can hear Minister.
But the questions are brief.
Questions, I mean.
The answers are long.
Okay.
I'm very prolific. What's the word? Prolific. Prolific. That's it. Bad habit. Good habit too. Good habit too.
Boa noite, senhor ministro.
Boa noite, cadê você?
Estou aqui.
Okay.
I'm going to make the questions in French because of the radio, university radio.
Okay.
But
I can answer in English.
je dois dire que je viens du Nord-Est comme vous. Natal.
Natal, Rio Grande do Norte.
Oui, c'est ça. Et d'une région que vous connaissez.
Potiguar.
C'est
Les
ça.
Indiens qui étaient appelés les Potiguar.
Les Potis, oui, c'est ça. Et alors, j'aimerais poser une question, comme vous avez dit. La politique, c'est pas parfaite. On a d'imperfections, mais vous avez aussi parlé de l'usage d'argent. Ça, c'est comme quand vous avez donné la réponse. La première, vous avez parlé que vous aimez l'argent, mais les problèmes, c'était l'usage d'argent.
Oui.
Et j'aimerais savoir sur la question, par exemple, qu'il y a eu par rapport à la loi Rouanet, que quelques artistes reconnus ont eu comme une subvention financière pour leur spectacle, comme Caetano, comme Ana Carolina, mais qu'ils n'ont pas donné à la communauté brésilienne un accès démocratique à leur spectacle, parce que ça, c'est la condition de la loi. Et j'aimerais
Monsieur,
que...
avez-vous une question?
Oui.
Oui, oui. Non.
Oui, il comprend, il suit, je pense. Alors, j'aimerais juste que vous expliquiez un peu sur ces sujets-là, qui a été critiqué quand même par la presse brésilienne.
Vous voulez que j'explique pourquoi l'imperfection est encore là?
Oui, c'est ça.
Pourquoi la loi, c'est pas parfait?
Oui, non, c'est ça. Parce que c'est...
Voilà, merci.
Je vous dis. Nous avons pris la décision de proposer à la société brésilienne l'aperfectionnement de la loi. Ça doit être fait en connexion avec le Parlement. Il y a des choses, des petites choses que le ministère lui-même peut faire à travers de portarias, comme on dit en français, à travers de décrets internes au niveau du propre ministère. Il y a des petites choses que nous pouvons faire. Mais il y a de grandes choses comme ça, d'établir, par exemple, d'interdiction à certains types d'utilisation de l'argent public à travers la loi, qui seulement peut être changé, remplacé comme concept, comme idée, ou comme utile, comme moyen de fonctionnement, à travers le changement de la loi au niveau du Parlement. Donc, maintenant, nous installons un forum national de discussion sur comment proposer le changement de la loi. Quelle façon proposer le changement de la loi? Quels sont les changes que nous désirons avoir accepté, avoir introduit dans la loi changée. Donc, c'est pour ça, c'est ça.
OK. On va passer la question suivante, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
Thank you. My name is Danny, and I'm involved in a Canadian